Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis. So good to see you all again. And as always, I hope this all finds you well. Thank you for your continued support of the 100% Pure Elvis channel. And as always, a big massive welcome to each and every one of the new subscribers who have joined my channel recently. Today, I purchased 3 Elvis Presley vinyls from a local charity shop near to where I live in the United Kingdom. Now, before I share them with you, when I decide to buy vinyl from a charity shop, whether it's Elvis vinyl or other vinyls that I'm interested in, I still always check on condition. So obviously charity shops, they are places where you're buying things that are secondhand, have been used. And when you come across vinyl, you still have to be really careful about the condition of the vinyl and the outer sleeve. So again, dependent on what sort of prices that I am willing to pay, on the odd occasion you can pick up some great bargains in charity shops or thrift shops, as some people would call them. And again, I picked up 3 great purchases today, and I have 2 first pressings of soundtracks from 1966, and the third one is my favorite album, That's the Way It Is. So all 3 of these were purchased today from a charity shop near to where I live in the United Kingdom, and I paid £9, 9 whole British pound. Each vinyl cost me £3. So I'm going to start with the soundtrack ones, and both of them are first pressings from 1966. Now, before I share them with you, the covers are not in the best condition, and there is writing on the back from a previous owner. But again, I had to think long and hard about, do I want to add these to my collection? Because I do not own the first pressings of these 2 releases of these soundtracks. So the first one is the first pressing to California Holiday, which was renamed in the United Kingdom, otherwise known as Spin Out. So I don't know if you can see it that well there, but the edges of the cover is not that good. It's quite dirty, and I'm quite conscious about how do I go about cleaning the cover on this back and front of the sleeve. But again, besides that, considering its age, for me, it doesn't concern me a great deal. I just really wanted to get this added into my collection, and paying £3 for this, for me, it's a no-brainer. Once I looked at the vinyl inside, which is in mint, well, I would say very good to mint condition, again, really happy to pay the price. Now, one of my pet hates when I purchase vinyl is, especially secondhand vinyl, people writing their names in pen ink somewhere on the cover itself. And unfortunately, this is what has happened on this one. But before I share the back cover, you are looking at the original RCA Victor logo there in the top right-hand corner. It's a great image of Elvis from California Holiday. Now, this has a catalogue number of RD7820, RD7820. This is in mono due to it being an original first pressing from 1966. Again, as you are all aware, this is called Spin Out. Everywhere else in the world, I do prefer the title Spin Out rather than California Holiday. Now, the movie itself is not a personal favourite of mine, but it's enjoyable. The soundtrack itself, again, not one of my favourites, but enjoyable, with some good tracks on it. The back cover, you will probably see more damage on the back cover in respect of the condition. Again, you're looking at around the edges. There's dirt down the spine here at the bottom. if anyone has any idea which is the best way for me to kind of clean it the best way I can, but not damage it or make it look new. I don't want that. I just want to kind of be able to clean this the best way I can. You see, you got the name there underneath Elvis here. There's the name of the previous owner. I think it says Francis Horton, I think it says there. But that back cover, multiple images of Elvis from the movie California Holiday with the RCA Victor symbol down at the bottom. As you can see, it's very badly discoloured at the bottom here, isn't it? And, you know, things like that I'm not overly keen on, but because of the £3 price, I had to pay it, and really happy. But again, what a great back cover. The songs on California Holiday, we have Adam and Evil, Stop, Look and Listen, Beach Shack, All That I Am, I'll Be Back, Never Say Yes, Spin Out, Am I Ready, Smorgasbord, and then 3 bonus songs, which you all know are the best 3. Tomorrow Is a Long Time, Down in the Alley, I'll Remember You. So obviously from the 3 bonus songs, you have to go for Tomorrow Is a Long Time. What a classic Elvis song. I'll Remember You, beautiful. But from the movie Spin Out, I do enjoy Stop, Look and Listen, All That I Am I Ready, and Never Say Yes. So again, this was a purchase today from a charity shop near to where I live in the United Kingdom. The first pressing from 1966 of the movie California Holiday, RD 7820 in mono. I'm now going to share with you the vinyl inside. So again, this is the sleeve. I do think this is the original sleeve as well. So, and as I was saying, really happy with the condition of the vinyl inside. So this is the vinyl inside, the red dotted RCA Victor label. I've not played it as yet, so I can't tell you if it plays well, but looking at the condition, you can see it's been cleaned and you can see there's no imperfection. So again, really happy to add this to my ever-growing collection. Obviously, I do have California Holiday, otherwise known as Spin Out, on other formats in my collection, like of Spin Out, different from around the world, etc. So I'm really happy to get this added to my soundtrack collection, the first pressing of California Holiday from 1966, £3. The next one, again, is from 1966. This one is actually, I would say, in worse condition as a cover, Frankie and Johnny. So again, straight away, very familiar with that front cover of Frankie and Johnny. Again, just look at the edges here. Very badly discoloration here. And again, at the top, like, it's just really not been looked after that well. But again, considering its age, really happy to pay the £3 price. I love the RCA Victor symbol here. I always have. And again, it's not a favourite movie of mine, of Elvis. It's a movie that I would not tend to watch. If I had it in my collection, I would always watch other movies over Frankie and Johnny. But again, the soundtrack as well is not a favourite. It sounds like I'm really being negative on this. I'm not. I do, in my personal opinion, think there is a lot better Elvis movies out there as well as soundtracks. So again, I'm not dissing the movie or the soundtrack. It's just not one of my favourites. But again, happy to get this added into my collection today. If I remember correctly, I think this is the 4th copy of Frankie and Johnny that I own. But this is the original pressing from 1966, the catalogue number RD7793, RD7793. I love everything about the front cover, the font, the lettering, and the image of Elvis as well. I think it's superb. On the back, Again, you can see, look how badly discoloured it is on the back at the top corners here down to the bottom. You know, this is what I mean when you are going into a charity shop and picking up records like this. You know, again, you might even skim past this and think, no, I wouldn't even consider buying that because of the condition of the sleeve. But I look past that. I look at the vinyl inside, what condition the vinyl is in, at the price point, what I'd be willing to pay for it. For me personally, I would have paid more for each of these that I am going to share with you, well, or am sharing with you. I would probably even have gone to maybe £10. You know, again, these first pressings, even with the condition of the covers, I think they would warrant £10 each all day long, in my humble opinion. And as I was saying, it's the first pressing, it is in mono. And again, multiple images of Elvis on the back cover from the movie Frankie and Johnny. The track listing on Frankie and Johnny is as follows. Frankie and Johnny, Come Along, Petunia the Gardener's Daughter, Chese, What Every Woman Lives For, Look Out Broadway, Beginner's Luck, Down by the Riverside and When the Saints Go Marching In, Shout It Out, Hard Luck, Please Don't Stop Loving Me, Everybody Come Aboard. I do love Down by the Riverside and When the Saints Go Marching In. I do like What Every Woman Lives For, and I'm going to go for Chese. But again, this is the first pressing of the 1966 movie Frankie and Johnny. And again, I'm just looking at manufacturer, place of manufacturer. These are both from the United Kingdom. Now I'm going to share with you the look, see, I'm going to get close in there, see how bad it is. Again, please share with me in the comments below what's the best way I can clean this, or do I just leave it as it is? Inside again, you've got the original sleeve. Here we go. Again, some discoloration on the top of the sleeve here, right here. But again, it doesn't overly concern me. On the back, and as you can see, it's that red dotted RCA Victor label. There you go. And turn it around. There we go. Again, really happy by the look of the condition. I've not played this yet today either. So again, it looks like there's no imperfections on there. So again, really happy to add this to my collection. The first pressing from 1966 of Frankie and Johnny, that catalogue number RD7793, and of course it is a mono pressing of Frankie and Johnny. Now the third and final album that I purchased today is my favourite Elvis Presley album. You all know what it is. That's the Way It Is. Now I've got multiple copies of That's the Way It Is. I think this is probably going to be about my 6th or 7th copy. But again, the copies that I have are the Music on Vinyl 4LP edition. I've got the black RCA Victor label from Germany twice in my collection. I've got the blue RCA label of That's the Way It Is. And this one, again, today I purchased from the same charity shop for £3. And this has the orange RCA Victor label. So again, this has a catalogue number of SF8162. And again, I think this is an original 1971 pressing. Please, in the comments below, could you correct me on that if I am wrong? But you all know this is also my favourite cover sleeve of any Elvis album as well. Also being my favourite album. I just think that's such a classic pose. Didn't need to say anything else. Covers most of the front cover sleeve. I think that is got to be one of the, well, it is, in my opinion, the best record sleeve of any Elvis album. On the back, again, I absolutely adore the multiple images of Elvis with the song tracks underneath each image of Elvis. Again, just so much information on the back here as well. And now, as I was saying, this cost me £3. And again, I did look up online after I purchased all three of these. And again, I paid very good prices. So again, the £3 that I paid for this, you were looking at £12, £15. So again, what a bargain. And again, I forgot to tell you, there's not much damage on this cover at all. There's no writing on it, thank God. Slight discoloration at the bottom here and here. As you can see, it's like a burn or something. But again, besides that, happy with the £3 that I paid. And the track listing for That's the Way It Is, I just can't help believing 20 Days and 20 Nights, How the Web Was Woven, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Just Pretend, Stranger in the Crowd, The Next Step is Love, Bridge Over Troubled Water. You all know how much I love this album. Can't choose favourites. Every single track is just great in its own merits. Again, the only disappointment with the album That's the Way It Is, it did not reach the top 10 in the UK albums chart. It just missed out on a top 10 placing, stalling at number 11. So again, that's my only disappointment about this album. And I just love, when you see the Elvis, when you see the RCA font here, that just reminds me, it's so 1970s. I don't know how you all feel about that. I just love this stylization of the font of the lettering as well. I just adore everything about this album. Now, as I was saying, this is the copy on the orange RCA Victor label. Here we go. Again, I think it's an original sleeve. And again, I haven't played this today either. So it looks like there's no imperfections on it. It looks very clean indeed. Turn it around. There we go. On that gorgeous orange RCA Victor label. And again, so paying £9 for 3 classic Elvis albums, first pressings, I do believe you can't go wrong, can you? So again, before I close off, we have California Holiday, the first pressing from 1966, RD 7820, £3. We're going on to, from the same year, Frankie and Johnny, first pressing from 1966, RD 7793, £3. And then finally, we have That's the Way It Is, SF8162, again, £3 on the orange RCA Victor label, with the first 2 being the red dotted RCA Victor label. Thank you all for taking the time out to return to my channel today. It's really good to return to my channel. I haven't done an upload for over a week now. So again, really good to get back on board. And again, as I always say, please keep well, stay safe. Please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. Lots of love, everybody. Speak soon. Bye-bye.